Dear students, let us continue the same chapter's topic, spread of industrial revolution. So England was the first country to start the industries, or to we call the open the industries, and after that these industries spread in other part of the European countries like Belgium, France and Germany. Soon after, it swept across the whole of Europe and United States of America. So, after some year, almost in all the European countries, the industries were established, and also that slowly we can see in United States also the industries were established, and initially other countries copied technology from England, and in the beginning almost all the countries they copied from England the manufacturing system or style. However, later they developed their capitalists, and countries like Germany and USA surged ahead of England. And later on, these Germany and USA developed their own techniques, their own machines and advanced machines, which were much more better than the machines of England. The USA soon became the leading industrial nations of world, and USA became one of the leading countries in the industries of the world. Japan was the first Asian country to be industrialized, and in Asia, Japan was the first country who established factories and the industries in its own country. And industrialization in Russia started after the Russian Revolution in 1917, and in Russia the industries were established or developed just after the Russian revolutions which took place in 1917. After the Second World War, industrialization spread to the whole world, and after the Second World War, the industries were established almost every part of the world, every nations of the world. Now let us discuss a little bit about these students, the impact of industrial revolution. The industrial revolution not only marked the dawn of new technology and inventions, so industrial revolution had brought lot of technologies, ideas and the discoveries. It changed the very structure of human society, and we can see the after the introduction of the industries, we could see the lifestyle of the people of the world or in the world were completely changed, radically transforming its economy, political and organization. So it's not that the human society and the human lifestyle changed, but also we can see the economic growth, political growth, and also the politically countries became more strong, and also there are many organizations who supported the industries to grow up in many parts of the world. Now let us go to a little bit about the decline of feudalism and rise of capitalism. So the Industrial Revolution marked the final phase of transformation from medieval feudalisms to modern capitalism. So here, after the Industrial Revolution, we could see the feudalism's system was no more. It got ended, and then the modern capitalism means the the rich people, money minded people, they became the owner of the political power. They they started ruling the countries. That means the governments were formed on the choices of the capitalism or the rich people. So the Western world witnessed the rise of full-fledged capitalist economy. So the Western world means the European countries. There we could see the development of capitalists. That means the rich people. Day by day, many people started becoming the rich, acquiring huge amount of money, and they went on occupying huge amount of properties, and they started making huge amount of money through this, through the support of these all industries, and also based on large scale commodities production and market economy. And also we can see now after this industrial revolution, the goods were easily available in the markets without any difficulty. So whatever requirements the people had, those all requirements were easily available on the markets. With the dawn of industrial revolution, with the starting of the industrial revolution, merchants and small businessmen began to accumulate wealth and political influence. So we could see the small business class men, they started making huge amount of money, and also they had a political influence. They had a political activities, because in their guidance the leaders were elected in the countries. Soon the feudal landlords who had enjoyed the economy and political dominance earlier lost their influence, and there was rise of wealthy and powerful capitalist classes. So the feudals means the medieval landlords, the zamindars, who used to have their own armament, who used to have their own huge amount of land, and they were the part of the what is called the administrative body in the medieval period. But now their time is gone, and the capitalist classes, the rich classes, they started influencing the society, and they started dominating the politics as well as the economy. The capitalist class further influenced the government policies which advanced their vast interest and political power. So these all capitalists or the rich people, they started influencing the government policies. That means they started interfering in the political matters. So the capitalists only, or the rich people only, used to decide who will be the next government from which political party. So they were the main group of people who used to even actively took part in the politics, and they acquired political powers. So dear students, today we will see up to this point, and then whatever I have taught you, you please go through with these all points and then understand. Thanks.